Hi guys, so I wanted to come back and do another makeup video with a palette that I've got relatively recently. I got it as a Christmas gift. I'll show you in a minute, but I know this video is kind of coming late in the kind of content it is because it is a sort of Zoom Teams interview / meeting inspired look. I've been doing a few of those of late, so I thought I might as well do the look that I have been gravitating towards for like interviews, even in general, like when things get back to normal, and if people are still, even for like the occasions where it is a face-to-face interview. I feel like these are my sort of go-to looks. This is just my preference. I prefer to have eyeshadow and stuff. Obviously if you don't wear makeup or you don't want that much makeup, it's fine. Key points, I've already done like my base sort of stuff, a little bit of concealer, although I've still got major bags just to brighten the area. About to go on with my brows now. I've nearly finished with my Precisely My Brow, it's nearly run out, but I like a little bit more intensity on the eyes and the brows, because particularly I feel like the brows frame your face, but also I have glasses and my glasses are quite big framed, so I find that having those structured and in place kind of helps give me, you can see me behind the glasses, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to quickly go in with what is my currently normal eyebrow routine, with what I have left of my little teeny weeny brow pencil. And you see how instantly, like I've barely applied any pressure, and see how instantly like my face is just lifted and shaped. Okay, so that's it for the brows. I'm now just going to go in with my Conceal and Define in shade 12 and just dab a little bit on each, and then we'll get into the eyeshadow. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette that I've been gravitating towards for these sort of looks, as well as another kind of new makeup that I've not like played with on the channel yet, is the Girls with Attitude palette in Desert Dreams. And I don't know, I feel like I've seen this brand around, and maybe I've even tried something from them, but I didn't expect their like pigments to be so like good, and I don't know why. They almost kind of make me think of MUA, and like as they've evolved they've gotten better pigmentation. I feel like it's the same sort of vibe with this. Anyway, as you can see, a lot of warm shades, I don't know why I said it like that, you know, some fiery colours, perfect for the desert vibes, and it's just a nice little staple for an everyday makeup, interview makeup, meeting, whether it's on, you know, virtually or face to face. So yeah, it's got a nice little mirror as well. And I don't really have a standard look. I think I gravitate towards more shadows than like the typical, but they're all kind of like of the same vibe. So for example, I'd either mix desert and vanilla together, or I'd go in one or the other depending on how bright I want that part to look. But everything's kind of interchangeable in a good way for me, and it's the pops of shimmer that really does bring out the different kind of vibes. So yeah, I'll just talk you through how I'm feeling today in terms of my actual eyeshadow look. So before we go on though, I did forget, I'm just going to spray with my Urban Decay All Nighter. An update on this, I'm enjoying it when I use it. I do really like it. I feel like it is holding my makeup in place, but as I mentioned when I first used it, I do feel like the ultimate test would be when I'm wearing like foundation and more heavier makeup, which at the moment I'm just not doing, and I typically typically don't do generally, but you know, if I'm going somewhere that I want it to be really long lasting, that's going to be the ultimate test. An update as well on my micro fill-in pen by Benefit. I'm still just kind of using it to use it up. I don't really feel like it does an awful lot in terms of how it affects my brows. It's just, I feel like a bit gimmicky, unfortunately. So yeah, onto this palette. I have used this a few times now since I've had it, and I really do like it. It's not like revolutionary, it's not shades that you've never seen before, but they are staples and shades that I feel like a lot of people will use on the daily. So I'm going in with Desert here, which is like a more of a bone, like a peachy bone kind of shade, and I'm just gonna pop that, sort of sweep it to mattify and set under the brow bone, also creating that illusion of like a lifted brow. You know, all adding to the effect of looking awake, alert, engaged, interested in whatever is taking place. And I do typically like to top it off with vanilla. I feel like sometimes, depending on the look, vanilla's a bit too like light to go in straight away on my skin tone, so having that desert base underneath first kind of gives it something to sort of pop on, but not too much. So I usually just take that just a little bit on the very ends of the high points of my brow bone and buff that in. So it's effective but simple, you know. And then it has got a lot of kickback, just so you know, not crazy amounts. I always dip back into that anyway, so it's, you know, not an issue for me. I'm then going to go into Antique, which is just next to vanilla there. It's kind of like a cool tone coffee sort of brown, and I'm still going in with my fluffy brush and sort of just having that as my first transition colour. I know it looks like I'm being rough, and I kind of am. Like, I just want a nice swishy swash of it all over the lid. And also I am getting ready for an actual like meeting sort of thing, so I am, this is real time, like I am sort of rushing to make sure I'm ready in time. Then I'm going to go straight in with the darker colour, which is Truffle. I feel like this is the deepest brown, and again it looks like it's leaning more towards the cool side, so I think it has got pops of cool tones in this palette. And again, those different undertones I feel like do help create like different looks. So although the shades are, you know, similar in vibe, I feel like depending on what you have in your crease and what shimmer you use, it does, you know, vary, which is nice. Yeah, I would say overall I really am impressed with this palette, because I wouldn't have picked it up technically myself. I mean, it's all the colours that I would use, like especially with like the warm shades and the shimmers, but it's palettes that, you know, it's shades that I know that I've got in other palettes, but here altogether I really do like it, and I think it's going to be something that's well used for me when I do go back to wearing makeup regularly. It's just simple, easy. I kind of know what I need to do with it, and you know, I feel like it gives a nice look regardless, you know, whatever colours you put on from this palette, it kind of comes out nice. So I'm just going to dust off this same brush now and just kind of use it as like an eraser almost, just to blend everything at the top without adding any more colour. Okay, quickly switching down to a little flat shader brush now, if I can find it. Yeah, I'm going to do kind of like a similar thing on the bottom lash line now, just going in with Antique and Truffle. Okay, on that same like flat shader brush, I'm gonna go in with Firecracker, which is this kind of corally shade, and it's just a matte kind of coral, just to bring in a little bit of colour just on the very edge, and then I'll add some shimmer. Do you see what I mean? Like, this is just the kind of look I go towards for interviewing that. I feel like it shows just enough of my personality. Obviously I've got bright blue hair, dress funky, so you can see my personality anyway, but in terms of makeup I feel like it's just smart enough to look put together, but also you can see that I do like a bit of colour, like this is my personality. And I feel like if you go into an interview, in my opinion, looking somewhat how you would generally look, then it's not a surprise when you do come in if you decide to wear makeup and stuff, if it's that sort of environment with brighter colours, because you know you would have advertised yourself as that initially, do you know what I mean? Obviously unless there is a sort of conduct or whatever for the kind of makeup you can wear, but you know, it wouldn't be a shock if they've hired you looking as you do. I wouldn't suggest maybe going in with bright blue eyeshadow, but do you know what I mean? Like, give and take, show a little bit of yourself just enough so that they wouldn't be surprised. Do you see what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to continue, if I can get my words out, with this flat brush, and I'm going to go in with my shimmer. I think I just want to try, I know I've added like an orangey shade, but I still want to keep it kind of muted somewhat. I just want to go in with Molten here, which is like a kind of I don't know what you'd call that, it's a brownie with like champagne specks kind of shimmer, and I'm going to use that as my main lid colour. There's a lot of kickback, but hey ho. It's funny because as it goes on I feel like it does bring out more of the coral undertones. I don't know if that's just because of what I laid down over here or what, but I feel like it's picking it up nicely. Okay, just gonna dust the brush off again, and then I'm gonna go in with one more actual colour. Oh sorry, the sun's like going in and out, and I'm gonna go in with Sandstorm, I think. Is that too light? No, I'll go in with Flame, which is a more golden shade than Sandstorm. Sandstorm's leaning a bit more yellow. I want this shade just for the inner corner. A little tear duct area. And again, for me, this is just enough. It's leaning on the natural side with the earthier tones and the warm tones, so it does lean natural, but it's also with the shimmers and the slight tint of colour, you can see kind of what I'm about, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I like a bit of makeup, but I'm not going over the top crazy with it, do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to quickly set again with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, which I'm very much enjoying. As for the eyeshadow palette, that's it. I really do like it, would definitely recommend it. I'm not sure about the price point. I think it does lean generally, I think Girls with Attitude, yeah, does generally lead more on the affordability kind of price spectrum, but as I say, this was a gift, so I haven't like looked up the price or anything like that. But yeah, really do like this product. I think that it definitely does well. So eyeliner, I know this is another kind of thing that people can give or take, if you know what I mean, when it comes to like this sort of makeup. I'm trying to find my eyeliner, where is it? I tend to go for eyeliner. However, I have recently learned that this eyeliner is not the way to go. I mentioned it before in one of my other makeup videos recently. It's the Milk Makeup Kush eyeliner, and I do not enjoy it as much as I hoped. I feel like it looks alright on the top just to do like a line, but I can't use it as a wing because it's just too dry, it blots out, it just does not work how I want it to. So I'm going to use this as the line, and then I'm going to go in with just another eyeliner for the wing, which is effort, and I don't know why it is this way, but again, it's just a way that I can use this up without feeling like I'm wasting product and like just binning it, do you know what I mean? It's really weird because it works kind of alright when you stamp and drag, but it's just not practical for how, well, for how I put on eyeliner anyway. Because it's not even, like, it goes on about this flexible tip, but the tip doesn't hold any colour. Like, if anything, it just drags dry across the lid. It's really weird. So yeah, I'm going to go in with something else. Just this eyeliner I Heart Revolution Fantasy Eyeliner in black, just from the tip. And this is a stiff brush, but you know, it does the job. There's still product on it, as opposed to that Kush liner. And I just do like a little wing usually. Okay, we're getting to the final touches now. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Perversion mascara. Okay, so this is how the look is looking. It's pretty much all done now. We're just gonna finalize everything with a lip color, and again, you know, depending on if it's face to face or whatever like that, you're gonna be wearing a mask. But if it is like a virtual meeting, you can have a little bit of lip color. I'm just going in with my Natural Collection brown lip liner. Don't know if it actually has a shade, if it's just called brown, probably just brown. And then topping that off with Lolita by KVD, Kat Von D. This was originally the Kat Von D when it was Kat Von D, so I'm going to call it Kat Von D. Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. So then if you do need to wear a mask, at least your lipstick won't budge underneath. So in terms of hair, I've just got chunky twists in at the minute, so I could either like clip it all back, or what I'm most likely going to do is just undo it and have like a twist out. But this is the look, mainly focusing again on the Girls with Attitude Desert Dreams eyeshadow palette, which I really love. Packaging is really cool too. It's textured, but it doesn't feel like it would like drop off, do you know what I mean? Like it's stuck on there fast. Really do like this. Really grateful that I got this for Christmas, because as I say, I probably wouldn't have just randomly picked it up, but it is effective, very fitting for the kind of vibe that I'm after at the moment. And yeah, if you do use this for like an interview or meeting, good luck. I hope it goes well. Let me know how it went. Thank you for joining me today, and I shall speak to you in another video soon. Bye.